Hi, I'm Christine Chang, reporting from California Adventure. I just came to Disneyland to the other side just a couple weeks ago. I had bought the Southern California special 3-day pass, which ended up being like $70 per day. It was a great deal, so I got it. However, I did not look at the expiration date, so I did not put reservation in the calendar because now Disney, they require reservation. And I just found out it expires tomorrow. So I am using my ticket to film today's video. I thought it'd be good for me to get outside regardless because the last couple days I have not felt that great. Granted, I just got my period, but there's been some other factors leading up to me not feeling that great. There's been some not so happy things happening in the world. I'm doing my best to manage that via not going on social media too much, but I'm gonna dive more into things that I do, proactively do when I'm feeling down to make myself feel better. Yep, this has been me the last couple days. This ride, Cars, is closed for the next few days. There's actually quite a bit of things under refurbishment right now. Pirates isn't open. They're doing a lot of construction, also on the walkways and stuff. Spider-Man show. I've never seen this before.
Spider-Man is cleared for Sharon, did you get that?
I got the data.
Okay, crash test. Check. Hang on, I'll be right down. I bet this looks cool.
Hi! These two are my favorites. Oh my god. My sister and I would watch these two all the time growing up. The line for Little Mermaid is only 5 minutes.
Marty, come on in.
We got the spirit, you got to hear it under the sea. Play the flute, the cop, play the hop, the bass, play the bass, and the song, the jump, the fast, play the fast, the jump, play the jump. The flute is the flute of soul. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true.
I have mixed feelings about this movie. I loved it growing up, but I don't know about the message that it sends young ladies.
Happily ever after.
And what I do love, this bakery tour. You get a free sample of bread. Thank you. If you've ever wondered why they score the bread, if you visit California and if you've never had one, make sure you have a sourdough bowl with clam chowder. San Francisco especially is known for that, and it's very good. This corner is pretty quiet. I am by Child Services. I think this is where the children go when they get lost. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be notified when I have new videos up on YouTube. I'd love to talk about things that I proactively do when I'm feeling sad or down. Now, if you're clinically depressed, that may be a different conversation to have with the professional. This is just me sharing 5 simple things that I do to make myself feel better. The first thing is to get up and move. If you are able to, get up out of bed. Sometimes it feels easier to stay in bed or on the couch. Get up and move. Someone once told me that emotions are energy in motion. Everything's energy. So if there is heavy energy or stuck energy, my goal is to move it. So that could be going on a walk. I love going on walks, and I have a dog. So he's been a blessing because he forces me to walk a lot more than I normally would if I did not have a dog. Being out here today at Disney, I'm so lucky that I had that pass, and I live in Southern California and I can walk around here. That's actually one of my favorite things to do when I come to the parks is I just love being outside and walking. If you're able to, movement in terms of exercise and exertion is even better. I'm a person who, my body naturally does not sweat easily, and I think it's good to sweat. So when I take yoga class, I will take hot vinyasa yoga class to really force me to sweat and exert everything out. I also take dance class. That is a form of self-expression for me, and it's also high cardio. So I love exercising. So if you are not moving and you're able to, the first step is to start moving. The second thing I do is get outside. If you are able to get outside, it is so good for you. If there are trees or any sorts of nature around, even better. So you will feel more connected. If this sounds a little too hippie for you, and it's funny that I said hippie, and there's this like hippie don't identify me. But if you make fun of like the woo-woo stuff a little, too much, most likely you probably need a little bit of it. And everything, again, is energy. So if you can feel connected to animals, to nature, vitamin D is really good for you. If you live near a body of water, whether it's like a lake or the ocean, or even if it's a synthetic man-made pool, oh my God, go for a swim. The third thing I do when I'm feeling down is I make sure that I'm eating nourishing things for my body. In general, this means eating healthier, and it's an act of self-love. Sometimes we want to go towards a thing that is not good for us, the alcohol, the sweets. Like those things, they have their time and place. I don't believe in hard rules in terms of lifestyle. Like I don't have any rules in terms of food, like I will not eat dairy or I will not eat carbs. Like I don't think that is healthy for me. I prefer just to be balanced and everything in moderation. But when I eat healthy in general, it's a lot of veggies, nothing too processed. Processed food is not good for you. And there are many studies that show that what you eat affects your mood a lot. So if you are eating a lot of processed foods, oh, hi! Look at who it is. You just made my day. Bye. Sometimes my sister makes fun of me. She's like, you eat like a bird. I like eating that food because it makes me feel good. However, as I mentioned before, I don't have rules. Sometimes you will see me if you follow me on Instagram, in my Instagram stories. I eat unhealthy too. Like I love Wetzel's pretzels. I have a sweet tooth. I love desserts, but everything in moderation. And if I am feeling really down one day, in general, I will do my best to feed my body the nourishing things, because the sugary stuff like the alcohol, it might be quick fixes, like a little Band-Aid for the day. And sometimes, you know what, that has its time and place. If you really want to eat a cupcake, go eat a cupcake. But in general, I want to nourish and take care of myself. So I will think, what kind of foods would serve that for me? The fourth thing I do, which I think this is so important, is to stop consuming. So if you are watching the news a lot, if you are scrolling social media a lot, that affects anxiety and depression. A lot of times we don't have control over the stories that come through. So I will limit my scrolling and watching the news. Lately, a lot of bad things have been happening. And you know what? Our nervous systems are not made to know about every single thing that's going on in this world. Just think back before we had technology. All we knew that was happening was what was in our village and community. That's all you really had to know. Now, I mean, it's such a blessing to have internet and to get information so fast, but hearing about all the highlighted tragedies is not good for one's nervous system. Oh, this is what I get for being by the child services. What makes me feel better is if I am creating versus consuming. So I will do something creative. That could be making a video. I like to draw. Since I was a kid, I like to draw. Creating anything, brainstorming ideas. So I get off the phone, I stop watching TV, and I start creating. And number 5, the last thing I do is I'll just do things that bring me joy. And it's good to have a list and write this down because sometimes we forget. I'm big on lists. If you read my book, Show Up Finding Love for Independent Women, there are prompts and a lot of them are make certain lists. So a while ago, I made a list of things that bring me joy and I wrote it on a Post-it note and I stuck it on my laptop to remind me, oh yes, I enjoy doing these things. For example, I love going to the dog park. I love animals, so I want to be around animals. So there is an awesome dog park near us where a lot of the dog walkers go, and there are hundreds of dogs around lunchtime. So sometimes I will go there to be around these hundreds of dogs, and they're so happy. I love doing it. What's something else on my list? I love going to French cafes. So sometimes I will take myself to eat a pastry and have a latte or something like that. That makes me really happy. Going to the movies alone. That is one of my favorite things to do. I did a lot before I met my husband. I still continue to do it, even though I'm married. I will go to the movies by myself. I will get some food. Usually it's like a burrito from Chipotle. Put it in my purse, sneak it into the theater, and it makes me so happy to do that. So write a list of things that bring you joy. And when you're feeling down, you can reference that list. If you've made it to the end of this video here, I would love to hear from all of you. What do you do when you are feeling down? You can share it in the comments below. I don't think I've ever seen baby geese before.